Thank you for joining us tonight for Open Line. We're talking about Dismas House right here in Nashville, serving folks who have just been released from prison and incarceration. Gerald Brown, the CEO, Steve, one of the clients living there right now. Been there, what, about 3 months, you said?
A little over 3 months.
Well, and it sounds like it's been a very busy and productive 3 months so far.
It has. I love it there.
And what are your next goals?
To start my small business, to either become a volunteer at Dismas on the new building or an employee is what I'm hoping for, because I want somebody else to come out of prison and be greeted just like I was, to feel that they can accomplish it. They can honestly say, for the first time in their life like me, I'm not going back.
Yeah. Well, why do you think you won't go back this time?
It's not a think, it's a I know.
Why
it's because I have people like Mr. Gerald, Denario, Miss Lynn, Miss Amanda, but the college students that come there, they don't judge you for your past. They look at you who you are now and they encourage you to do better. And with that kind of encouragement, you're not going to go back, because you're not going to your old friends going, hey man, I'm hungry, can I sleep on your couch? They're making sure that you're not going to that area. It's, hey, you're moving forward, let's keep that pace up. What can we do next? What can we do next?
Yeah.
And it's not, okay, you done your 90 days, get out.
Right.
It's, hey, you did your 90 days, what do you want to do next? What can we help you with?
Yeah, Gerald, how do you handle those next steps? Because obviously this could become a very familiar and comfy setting to survive it and live in and call home. So how do you help people take that next step outside of Dismas?
Well,
and do so successfully, because that's the goal.
One of our former residents mentioned that to me. He's like, man, you know, can I not do programming? Can I not do this? And I said, well, that's the sign that it's time for you to transition out. When you've gone through 120 community dinners and you've gone through 50 financial literacy classes and you've saved enough money for a down payment on an apartment or a house or whatever the case may be as far as housing is concerned, then it's time. It's time. And so it kind of naturally is up to the individual. We, like, again, we don't try to force anything on anyone. We just reiterate, what are your goals? What is it that you want to do? So they can draw the conclusion. And if they're not ready, they're not ready. And so there's no stipulation on them staying or going. It's more so when they're ready to transition out, then we help them. So it's you know, it's cliche-ish, but it's up to the individual. So.
But again, and I think if folks have joined us later, this is worth reiterating, your success rate really stands and speaks for itself.
And I think that's because we don't pressure our guys. We just say, hey, this is what we're here to do. It's up to you to, you know, help you do that, and there's some things you need to do as a resident yourself. So if they're not up to the task, then, you know, we just kind of see, well, what can we do to get them on a course of being sustainable, self-sustaining, living on their own. So, and some people aren't ready, and so that doesn't mean that they're there 6 months. They might be there a year, or it might be there up to 2 years. So an individual could stay with us up to 2 years.
And what is the national recidivism rate?
50%.
50%. So, 1 out of every 2 people who comes out of incarceration will go back. Yeah. Is nationally what the average is. And the average of Dismas? 19%.
Yeah.
Only 19% will return
2 out of
to
10.
the system.
Yep.
Yeah, that speaks for itself right there. Big things are happening.
Yeah.
What do you need from the community to make this transition happen smoothly and to succeed?
Well, we need a host of volunteers. We need a host of partners. We wouldn't be able to provide the resources that we do to Steve and other clients if we didn't have partnerships with Project Return, with Interfaith Dental, with a host of other organizations, First Tennessee Bank, that helps with literacy. If we didn't have all of these partnerships, then there's no way that we can provide the services that the guys need to help them transition from us back into society. So more partnerships, more volunteers. I mean, we'll be going from 20 to 200. We have roughly around 150, 200 volunteers now. So in essence, we would need 600 to 800 volunteers to serve 200 men over the course of a year. There's opportunities for people to get involved directly with our guys from a mentoring standpoint, from cooking dinners to helping with a specific need, whether it be entrepreneurship, how to start a business online, and so many other ways that people can get engaged with us. I would be remiss if I didn't say the growth that we've had over the last 2 years, Carrie, is really because of our board members. Our board members have really stepped up and leveraged their networks in the community to get engaged with us, and that's attracted a lot of folks to Dismas where they might not have been aware of the impact that we have on the community. So our board members have done a yeoman's job over the last 2 years of really elevating the visibility of our organization and the impact that we have on folks like Steve.
Yeah, it really does. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
Just meeting that human need that is so very real. I know that organizations, like people at a workplace, can just come together and say, we're going to do Monday night's dinner.
Yeah.
And what, get like, what, 8 to 10 people together and come on down and serve the meal and stay around and chat a little bit, right?
That's in a nutshell what it is. Yeah, and then if there's a repeat of that, that's when the relationship starts to form. That's when you become, a volunteer becomes a family member, and a family member becomes Lynn and Newell, who have been around now for roughly 8 years and really have a lasting impact on the organization. They not only volunteer their time and their resources, but they support the organization financially as well. So we love to have as many Lynn and Newells as possible to really get in there and learn from our guys and then learn with our guys and share different experiences with our guys.
I'm interested to hear what the volunteers have to say about their experiences.
Yeah, I think it's really I think all in all, the volunteers really enjoy it. I think there's a lot of myths that are dispelled. I mean, we've had a donor that really just learned about us from some of our social media promotion and donated to us, and then we said, well, have you ever been to Dismas? And they said no, and they were kind of frightened to come.
I understand that.
And upon them coming, they realized, wow, you're no different than me. You're a person. Your blood bleeds red as well. And I think it's really, volunteers will say, and I've heard this over and over, it's like, wow, I had no idea that these, one, the barriers that folks coming out of incarceration are faced with, and two, what the need was from the community. So I think, and then it's really been a positive feedback from our volunteers. Yeah,
you can dip your toe in, see what it's all about, and then maybe jump in.
True.
Right? That's
true.
What you
Very
like.
much so.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're coming back to wrap things up. If you would like to find out more about Dismas, grab a pen and paper right now. We're going to give you all the information you need coming up next. Stay with us.